I am here today to give you some idea of what it's like to be Rick Simpson. How would you like to get up every day knowing that your name is being used to scam people everywhere? Even though I have told the public over and over again that I cannot supply the oil they require, and I am not connected with those who do, since I have no way of knowing the quality of the medications they produce, still, every day I am contacted by people with complaints about oils they have purchased from others, or they are asking me to tell them where they can purchase the high-quality oil they require. When will the public come to realize that there are thousands of people trying to use my name to help sell their goods, and due to the vast number of individuals who are doing this, it is impossible for me to put a stop to it? When I put the information describing how to produce this life-saving medication up on the internet at phoenixtears.ca back in 2004, my only intention was to help the human race by giving them the information they needed to heal themselves in a harmless, natural way. But sadly, many among us who have decidedly evil intentions towards their fellow man are using the information I provided to enrich themselves at the expense of the sick and suffering. I don't think that it could be said that I did anything wrong by supplying this information, yet still, many people seem to be trying to hold me responsible for the crimes that others have committed. Is it actually my fault that the world we live in is full of con artists who like nothing more than to prey on the ignorance of the masses? I really don't think so. Or would it be more rational to look at what is presently going on as just another sign of the decay that is taking place in our society? The way I see it, the main problem here is that people simply do not want to help themselves by producing their own medication, so they turn to others in their time of need, but this often leaves them at the mercy of criminals who are only interested in stealing their money by providing low-grade oils that in many cases have little or no healing abilities at all. I have tried to educate everyone about the dangers involved in purchasing oils produced by others, but it seems that many are so desperate to acquire these healing oils that they simply ignore what I have been trying to tell them. This situation has given me and those who are trying to acquire the proper oils to treat themselves a great deal of grief. But there are other problems associated with what I am doing that the public should be aware of also. Over the years, many people have tried to attach themselves to both me and the cause for which I am fighting. But over time, I have found that a few of these individuals did not become involved for the right reasons. Of course, when I realized what they were trying to do, I immediately refused to have anything more to do with them. But still, some of them were able to do quite a bit of damage before I was able to see them for what they were. I am almost 65 years old, and due to my head injury in 1997, I have very few computer skills, so this made it easy for them to manipulate me in their quest to achieve their aims. I am not trying to make excuses for myself. Instead, I am simply trying to inform the public about what has really been going on in my world, in the hope that they will understand just who is trying to bring them the real truth. A prime example of what I'm talking about just occurred when I was recently forced to break all ties with Yendrich Bear, since it seems that he was using my name to achieve his own goals on the internet. Yendrich was supposed to be taking care of my Facebook page, and when I asked that he pass control of my Facebook back to me, he refused to comply with my wishes. But a few days later, I found out that he had passed it on to someone else, so my real Facebook page is now again under my control. While all this was taking place, I contacted a friend who is a computer expert, and he found that Yendrich was in control of several Facebook pages that relate to my work. It seems that he even had his own official Rick Simpson Facebook page, other than my real official Facebook page, which he was supposed to be taking care of. But I recently found out that he was not even moderating my Facebook at all for the most part, and he had given this role over to a man from the UK. I cannot explain the motives behind what Yendrich has been doing, but to me this type of behavior is not rational, and in my world there is no room for someone I have lost trust in. So I wish to inform the public that this man does not speak on my behalf, and what I have described about some of his activities are only a few of the things he has been doing to undermine my efforts. I have put two books on this subject. Thanx Tears, the Rick Simpson Story, and Thanx Tears, Rick Simpson Oil, Nature's Answer for Cancer. In addition, Yindrich has put two books together titled The Rick Simpson Method and The Rick Simpson Protocol. For the most part, the books that Yindrich is making available are copy-paste testimonials from email and Facebook contacts we have received, and most of the answers and other information they contain were provided by me. Although these books do contain a great deal of good information, and my name is used in their titles, when Yindrich had the covers designed, he made it appear that he and I had co-authored these books, so I wish to inform the public that this was not the case at all. Yindrich was to receive all the funding that these two books generated, so it can hardly be said that I was using him unfairly. And if you look at the copyright, you will see there is no mention of my name. He was the one in control of these books, not me. I even allowed him to promote his books on my Facebook, and for the last few months, the Rick Simpson Method was available on my website along with the two books I have authored. Information pertaining to his books has now been deleted from my real official Facebook page, and of course his books are no longer available on my website. If you check the false Facebook pages which Yindra had under his control, you will see that he spent most of his time promoting his books and not mine. And since I had little to do with Facebook at the time, I was not even aware that he was doing this until just recently. Therefore, only my two books are now available at phoenixtears.ca, and Yindrich Bear no longer has anything to do with my real Facebook page. From now on, I will try to take the time to control my own Facebook with the help of a few trusted friends, and I can only hope that such a situation does not arise again. We are now conducting an investigation of the internet practices of others, and thus far it has highlighted the fact that many have been using my name to promote themselves and their products. It appears that some have even used my name and information to raise money for their causes without obtaining my permission to do so. What a sad state of affairs when people of this caliber are allowed to get away with such things, and when I bring out my next book, everything will be laid bare for all to see. Perhaps this will help people to realize that the intentions of many among us could not be considered honest or honorable. In addition, the public should know that I have no involvement with other websites. The only site that I am connected with is my own website, phoenixtears.ca, and the only Facebook I have anything to do with is my own official Facebook page. Other than what I have just stated, I would also like to again warn the public that I do not recommend oils produced from sativa strains of cannabis for internal use, since they can often have a detrimental effect on the patient's well-being. If you plan to produce this medication for internal purposes and would like to achieve good results with its use, then produce your oil from sedative indica strains of cannabis, and there's a very good chance you will find the answer to your prayers. I might also mention that my first book, Thanx Tears, the Rick Simpson Story, is now being printed, and in the next few days we will make it available on my website. My name is Rick Simpson, and thank you very much for your time.